Hey, what's up everybody? It's No One Shell, Bad Guy here with another Star Trek Fleet Command video. For the first thing I need to talk about is I gotta thank Sync Gaming for featuring me in his newest video. So go check it out. It's a good video and it's kind of short, but has a point. But let's talk about Carol Marcus. Is she actually worth the buy today or is she not? So for Carol Marcus, it's $100 for 45 shards, which is half a character. Which that usually is your first faction ship is $100, half of it. And is it worth it or not? You're getting 9,000 Latinum, 4,500 Fed credits, 95 uncommon G3 gas, 3,025 premium recruit tokens, 1.7 million officer XP, a command badge, an engineer badge, a science badge, and the alliance gets 10 tokens apiece. And that's $100 USD. 2 of those is one ship. Is she worth a faction ship? Is she worth the buy or not? Let's go look at her. Let's look at the list right now. And Carol Marcus is all the way at the end because she's an elite officer. So, or epic as I call it. So her main ability is applied science, or captain ability. When defending in battle, Carol decreases the weapon damage from the opponent by 40%. So basically, whenever she's defending, like getting attacked, she's decreasing their damage by 40%. So that's when under attack, not starting your battle. But the ability that actually makes it worth it is Carol increases the weapon damage by 20%. So if she can be used below deck, she'll be worth it to use mixed with Harrison, Spock, and Kirk. That's the only way to make her worth it. Because 25% or 20% is going to bump you up a lot when you're doing your opening shot with like a Saladin mixed with Harrison. Sometimes it'll be an instant kill in the first round. If the Saladin crits, it's not even funny how much damage that thing will do. Let's go down to Harrison. Because the next coming event, I'm hoping they're to bring him back. Because he's a character worth investing into. A lot of people like talk about him, saying he's so good and everything else. I haven't had a chance to get him. But here he is right here. So his captain ability is weapon designer. When fighting explorers, John Harrison increases the weapon damage by 20%. But the ability that everyone likes most is this one, sabotage. For the first round, John Harrison ignores 60% of the opponent's shields. So when he does it, you can do your opening volley of your attack. 60% of your 60% of your damage is going right to the hull. And if you crit, it's game over for what our opponent does. He's a badass. He's a good officer. Sorry for the curse word. I'm just trying to hold myself back right now. Let's see. And then we go down to Marcus Alexander. I think I covered him in my last video, but I want to talk about it a little more. If they offer him in the event as a character you can get and not actually buy, he's another one worth it if you actually have Harrison, because there's section 31, both of them. If you look at both of them, let's go back to Harrison. He's section 31. So their synergy will work together well. You might bump up Harrison's like output on his sabotage ability. Only we'll know when we figure it out. But his ability is, at the start of each round, if the opponent's hull HP is under 80%, it's starting total. Alexander Marcus has 80% chance to inspire morale, which he'll work with Spock. That will be your best bet. Him, Spock, and Harrison. And then his ability. At the start of battle, Alexander Marcus increases shield piercing by 100% of the defending, or 100% of the defense of the crew on the ship. I want to say that's a defensive ability, but it's an amazing defensive ability. That means, let me look it over again. The shield piercing. Marcus increases the shield piercing of the ship by 100% of the defense of the crew on the ship. So that's a good defense ability to even fight it back against Harrison. It might help you back a lot. So those are the 3 officers I'm looking at. If they pull them out, Carol, Marcus, and Harrison. I don't think Carol is worth $200 though, because that's like buying a faction ship. That makes no sense. Officers should be way cheaper than a ship itself. I know officers are versatile on so many ships, but you shouldn't be costing the same thing as a ship. You should be at least 50% them off. So officer packs like Carol should be 50%, like $50 period. It shouldn't be more than that. I'm personally not going to buy it unless they don't offer a hijack ship for tomorrow's event, 41919. So the next event coming up is the Separatist Event. It's just basically another Separatist event where they're going to offer you uncommon materials, ships, and officers for doing specific things. So if we look at what's coming up, I'm going to pause the video here so I can pull the Discord link up and fix my system. So I'm going to cut the video here for a second. Alright, I'm back with the patch notes, or the information on the current event that's coming up right now, which is the Separatist Event. So basically this event is going to include hijack ship blueprints, Carol Marcus and officer shards, ship components, and materials and resources. So if we look at the stuff that's coming up on it, so Alliance Leaderboard. This event will run for the next 7 days to track the eliminations of Separatist bosses, elites, and hostiles, awarding more points of Klingons and Separatists. Or Klingon Separatists, sorry. Solo Leaderboard. This will be a 24-hour event, which keeps track of your Separatist boss kills, elites, and hostiles for that event. The Solo PvE. This event runs for 24 hours, tracks damage done by various hostiles of increasing difficulty throughout the galaxy depending on operation level. So basically that's like our last Separatist event. And then we go down to Leaderboard PvP. This one is interesting in my thoughts. So it's player versus player based on level. So in Parlion, level 26 and 27 fight against each other. On Uthrak, 28 and 29 fight against each other. And in Costina, it's 30 plus fight against each other. Like the last Separatist event we had was only based on PvP. They took a lot of the be able to work together out, or even doing PvP. I know they intended PvP to actually be player versus player, but a lot of players are to take advantage of the fact that you can arrange PvP with others. That's what I did. It happens. It's just made it easier. And then we go down to, it was supposed to start June 18th, but it didn't. They postponed it due to some unknown reason, but it's returning on June 19th. I'm going to estimate at 5 Pacific Standard Time. So it's called the Active War Part 2. The last Active War, if I remember right, they offered Mayflower parts, but they didn't really complete that event. You only earned, like, I think max 20 Mayflower blow pens from that event. And this event, they're switching it over to hijack ships. So they want you to be able to earn a hijack ship by the means of either buying it or earning it. But if you're planning on earning it the free-to-play method, be prepared to take several events to get it. As long as Scopely doesn't drop the ball on this one, you'll get it within the next few events. It seems like they're starting to bring out the Separatist event more and more, which is nice because that faction space is sits there vacant. Only time I use it is when I'm hunting 22 elites, because they're a good source of officer experience, elite relocation tokens, and if you really need an envoy, that's a place you can get the parts readily available. Every time I do my runs, when I do like 200 chests, I come out 200 or like 30 envoy parts alone every time. If we go back to my main screen and we look at my my ships, let's go back to my ships. I'll show you how many envoys I can currently build right now. Where is it at? I probably skipped it right now. Let's go back. So I have 731 envoy parts. I can build, let's see, like almost 25 of them. We need a system builder, trade them, sell them, something. But is Carol Marcus worth a buy? No, she's not worth $200. She's not worth that money. Unless you have the money to spend, the money to waste, go ahead, go right for it. But she's not worth a buy. If you can earn her in the event, earn her in the event. And if you're too impatient, then buy her now. Alright guys, it's the end of the video. I just want to say, don't let the game frustrate you. I know it's been a bad day, but we got to keep pushing on and keep hunting on. It's just a game. Don't get frustrated. Have a great day, guys. Peace out.